Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Behind the Brickfilm. If you haven't already, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more content. Also, check out Suitcase number 7 before watching this video. So Kaylin, what do you think was the most unique part of this particular brick film?
Well, so this one had like a lot of different experimental things that we've never really done before. I think the most unique part of it was the time that we spent on it because we only took 3 days to make it. Because it was entered into a brickfilms.com contest called Shack, 72-hour animation contest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so sadly we didn't get any of the top, like the podium wins for this contest. We got 19th, I think.
Yeah, but we did get the random draw prize, so that's cool.
That was pretty cool. We published this on brickfilms.com before we put it on YouTube, didn't we?
Yeah, that was April 14th, I think we entered it into the contest. But since we had already just posted a video, we wanted to save it for later because we were really busy at the time and couldn't really spend much time animating.
We switched around roles a little bit on this project, didn't we? Because you were doing the animating, which for the past couple of projects I've been the one animating, right?
Yeah, so for this one you did the editing and I did all the animation and the set building and everything like that. Oh, I also wrote the script too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's good that we switch every now and then.
Yeah.
Because otherwise one of us would know less about editing or less about animation, and when we both know everything about both of them, then we can switch to whatever fits the best purpose for the for the brick film. We also played around with lighting a lot in this one, didn't we?
Yeah, so like the whole film was in red lighting. There wasn't any white lighting at all. I really liked this because the film is supposed to be like a thriller, basically.
Kind of like a Mission Impossible vibe to it, or Matrix almost.
Yeah, something like that. And we tried to do a lot more with the lighting because we hadn't really done anything in that area of film before. So I think that was a good experiment to make. And it was also very dark. Like the lighting was dark, which I think helps with the atmosphere of like the whole brick film. So
yeah, it's very suspenseful, and I think it looked a lot better that we had red lighting for the gun flashes.
Yeah, because the gun flashes were really pronounced.
Yeah. We took a lot of shortcuts with this one. We copied frames and stuff like that a lot because of the limited time frame. But it turned out a lot longer than we were first planning.
Yeah, like we were first planning for it to only be 30 seconds long, but it ended up being like a minute and 15 seconds. Mm-hmm. So I really liked how it turned out.
Yeah, I'm glad that we were able to make it longer because it didn't really have a definite ending before that, but at the end of the video he gets shot off screen, and if we had kept it short into how the script was originally written, he would have just ran off and that would have been the end of it.
It would have been a lot weaker of an ending for him to just run off screen because how we had it was very clear ending, like like the end of the series, because we're not planning on making any more sequels to it in the future. But if he just ran off, it seems like there should be a sequel.
Yeah. He definitely tied off ends and made so that we don't feel like we need to make anything more for it.
Right. Yeah.
Which since it was made for a challenge that had a time limit, that kind of makes sense because sequels wouldn't really work for that.
Yeah.
This brick film was also our first to include like a running cycle, was it?
Yeah, because we hadn't really experimented much with running before now because it's a lot more difficult than walking. If you take a video of someone running, there's going to be a frame where they're off the ground or a couple frames when their feet aren't touching the ground or only one of their feet is touching the ground. But with walking, with Legos anyway, both their feet are always in contact with the ground. Mm-hmm. So running, it was a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
We did end up figuring it out though, so that's good.
We had to watch a couple of tutorials on how to animate a running cycle and kind of modify that a little bit to suit our needs, and it turned out really well. I think the animation for this challenge or for this contest was much better than anticipated. Mm-hmm. You did a really good job of of making it flow smoothly.
Yeah, thank you.
I I wasn't expecting any of it because I was actually gone while you were filming the first half.
Yeah. You went somewhere.
I didn't even
where.
know why. I didn't even know you were filming.
I was on brickfilms.com. The second it was the announcement article was sent out, and it had like the mod elements, so you had to have those certain elements in your film so that they knew it was made in that time period. So the theme of the contest was the grand chase. It was fun to see how everyone else interpreted this to mean.
Yeah.
So we just took it literally, and it was about a guy being chased. So
there were a few comedic takes on it too. Like one was about a guy named Chase Grand.
Yeah, and he was supposed to. He wasn't supposed to take someone out in a grand chase. He was supposed to take out Chase Grand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was one of my favorite. This challenge also inspired us to reach out to the brickfilms.com administrators.
Yeah.
To ask if a different judging system could be made. Right now, the judging is just a scale from 1 to 10.
Yeah, and you just pick a number between 1 and 10 for the whole brick film, which is really hard to rate accurately.
So now that we're going to have like different areas of film that you rate it on, that will help spread out like the rating and make it more of like a broad stroke.
Yeah, it'll make it more accurate.
Because normally there's only like 5 or 6 judges. Yeah. So if we have 5 or 6 ratings out of 10, then that's not going to be as fair as if we have 5 different sections of that you rate 1 out of 10, 6 judges. That's a lot more sections. So I think that will help in the future. Right now on brickfilms.com there is a contest called Vocal Flicks.
Make sure to check that out and even consider entering, because it seems really fun.
Where you have to make the whole thing sound effects using your voice. And so this is the first one that we're going to try out the new judging format. So you're a judge on that one.
I'm judging that one.
I might judge as well if there's not enough people, but we're hoping this will turn out for the better. And because there's a lot of shack entries that I feel like could have gotten higher.
Yeah. And some that I think should have gotten lower too.
We normally don't take behind the scenes photos because we just forget to.
Yeah.
But for this brick film, since there was the mod elements of it to make sure to make sure they know that it was made in a certain time period, we had to put a 7 or a gray brick attached to a purple brick throughout in every single shot, one or the other.
Yeah, we decided to do only the 7 because in red lighting you can't really tell purple to gray, like you can't see the difference. I actually tried to do the purple and gray brick, but they both just looked dark, dark red. So so we ended up taking 5 or 6 photos so that we can send to the judges of the contest, so that they can know that the 7 was in the shot. It just wasn't in view of the camera.
Yeah.
So another thing that you might be confused about in the actual film was there was like there was a beep beep sound from Roadrunner.
That's right.
And that was because there was a sound mod element, and you had to have that in your film somewhere. So we just threw it in there last minute so that we wouldn't be disqualified. Yeah. There was one. There was one entry that was disqualified for not having that in there. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you aren't already subscribed, please make sure to do that. And please go watch our other Behind the Brick Film videos, and make sure to like those ones too, because these are really fun to make, and I would love to keep making them in the future. See ya.